What is up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Duo. On this video, we're going to be installing a fly-by-wire throttle pedal here on project EgoBruise, so stay tuned. Now, as you know, project EgoBruise here is getting a 2.3 liter EcoBoost motor from a 2015 Mustang, and because of that, we'll no longer need the standard throttle cable. So the pedal's already been removed, and we're going to be installing this. This is what came with the Ford control pack for our EcoBoost motor. It is electronic, and it is a fly-by-wire control pack. So let me show you what we got to get this thing installed into here. All right, what I've got here is a J&M component from hotparts.com. This is a Coyote swap pedal bracket here. Now I'm assuming that the pedal we're installing is the same as a Coyote. It should be the same as a Coyote for the fly-by-wire. So this is going to apply to you guys, hopefully, if you're doing a Coyote swap as well. But this is the component, and it just bolts on to the back of the throttle cable itself. There's a whole bunch of companies making a whole bunch of different variations with this. Comes with some hardware. The throttle pedal bolts into these two here, and then these two bolt to your factory Mustang mounting point. It's supposed to locate the throttle pedal in the correct orientation and position to where it would work. So luckily for us, since we do have a Mustang, hopefully there's going to be a whole bunch of parts out here that's going to help us along with this EcoBoost swap because of the Coyote swap, but we're just going to have to see. The pedal here is the same as the Coyote that came in my Ford control pack for the EcoBoost motor. But anyways, I'm going to fit it in here, and guess what? It doesn't line up. My holes are narrower than this bracket. So just to make sure the bracket was okay, I actually took the pedal off my 86 here, and it fits just fine. Now on their website, it just does state that this thing is for a 79 to 93 Mustang. So yep, 5.0, this is the one I got here, and it does say this is directly fits any Mustang from 79 to 2004. Okay, also any project that has a vertical firewall. However, mine does not fit. Let me see if I can show you here. It's off, and I measured the bracket, and the bracket here on my 79 is indeed narrower than it is on my 86. So I'm trying to figure out, is the bottom one up, the bottom one up higher, is the top one down lower, what the case is, what's going on here. But nothing on this car is fit the way it's supposed to fit. But also, whenever I line up at least the bottom hole here, you can see how off the top one is. It's close, but it's not that close. So we're about 1/4 of an inch off. But also, as I'm pushing onto it, trying to get some threads here, this is into the boot of the steering column, but that ear is hitting body metal back here. So, like the actual car itself has a hump that it's hitting. And I'll show you on the firewall side what I'm talking about. It's this right here, this notch. So, but this hump right here does not exist on my 86. It's hard to see in there, but in fact, it goes in, or it goes out, I should say, like this. And it's just smooth for the bell house. So, and if you measure, there's the bolts there, they're wider apart. So, everything's gotta be modified. First things first, I gotta take this ear off. So this ear, what's taped there on the back side, is my cut line. So I'm gonna cut it. At least get rid of that problem. And to make matters a little bit more difficult, I actually searched up this part number here, and turns out this pedal is unique to an EcoBoost. This is not a Coyote pedal. Even though the mount does fit this pedal, it's unique. So maybe that's why the tab exists. I don't know. Everything about this setup is unique. So go figure, because it's not a Coyote, and it's 79, and it's not a later model Fox. So let me show you here just to prove to you guys how off this is. So there we have one stud, and then one right above it right here. Here is the standard Coyote cable for the Fox Mustangs. We fit it right up in this hole. The top one is off by, yeah, that much. So it's not even close. If I put the top one on, now you can't bolt the pedal on because you're basically behind the rubber seal. So it's going to have to go over where this is But basically, exactly where it is right there is where we need it. All right, so I had to put the seat back in, and I've got it bolted on. I've only got it bolted on the bottom bolt, just the one by the carpet. Of course, the top one doesn't fit. It's off a good amount, so that puts the whole pedal a little bit like this, but I wanted just to see, you know, kind of how the rotation was, where it is right here. And, you know, obviously it's cockeyed, it's crooked. And realistically, I got full pedal travel here, and it feels pretty good. And it's hard to do this without having a load on the clutch pedal and, you know, a shifter, but I can kind of get an idea of the height. And I think the height's going to be okay, but what I want to try to correct is to move the pedal more straight, because I don't like how crooked it is. So we're gonna have to find a way to move it straight and then, you know, bring it over. So probably have to make a new plate, but no idea how I'm gonna make this work. I don't know. We can make a bracket. We can drill new holes in the firewall. I don't know. We're just gonna make our own bracket. All right, so we're getting close. What I can do here is start marking the holes. So I'm not gonna go too far with this, not gonna go crazy with it. Doesn't need to be fancy, it needs to be functional. This is really thick steel. You can see here, it's thick. So it'll be good. So we're gonna put this, just overlay it. We're gonna start marking the holes and then make something for the riser here. We have a riser here and up here as well. That matches the angle and pushes the the pedal out like this. All right, let me take this mask off. Hopefully you can hear me here. Oh yeah. All right, let's test this. So this is now got some angles on it. I try to match the angle. I've got an angle finder here, and this is an 8-degree slope down. So I just matched the height and then matched the 8-degree slope, test fit it, and kind of put a taper with a washer on the flat spot here so that it really closely matches, you know, the aluminum one here. It looks like I may need to stay, you know, space it out a little bit more here, but that's okay. Let's just see how it fits. So this is just trial here, guys. Nothing big. Okay. Okay. Looks pretty good, man. Holy crap. Well, I didn't almost nail. This one needs to come down a little bit, but I tell you what, that's pretty good. And it's dang, that's pretty sturdy, man. All right, let's check it out, guys. So it's nice and it's not wobbling around. Now what we're gonna do is add support here, like it would have the stock one. I got the pedal bolted down tight to my bracket that I'm making here, but I think what I'm gonna do to help install this, I'm gonna go ahead and spot weld these bolts in and make them studs. That way, they won't spin. I won't have to worry about reaching a wrench behind it. It's kind of a good deal because this is steel. They couldn't do this on, you know, on this guy because it's aluminum. So the way you install it is you put the plate on first onto the firewall, and then you put your pedal on. So to keep from having to reach around and you know, tightening these bolts, I'm just going to make these studs by welding them. So I wanted this on nice and tight to the pedal. We're going to tack it on and take it off really quick and hopefully not melt the metal. I mean the plastic on here. So that's the idea. We're going to tack these on very quickly in one spot and then pull it off and then fully weld it. All right, exactly where we want it. Now let's go back here and put a couple more spot welds on it. No need to go crazy with this. Now that it's cooled off, I'm going to go ahead and just install this thing, and then we're going to put it in the car and figure out exactly where you put this top hole. So I've measured the stud distance, and it's exactly 3.5 inches long. So what I want to do here, I've actually drilled another hole. I wanted to raise it up a little bit more. But the cool thing about this is I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to create a radius and drill multiple holes in this and allow me to have it somewhat adjustable. So as I'm, getting the car built and it's ready, and let's just say I don't like the pedal, I can somewhat adjust it up or down. I can always take this plate off and readjust it. So, but yeah, I'm going to go from 3.5 inches exactly from the center of this, and right around the center of here, I'm going to create 3 positions, or even concave it, which is likely what I'll do. So it'll allow me to, slide it a little bit and just adjust it exactly where I want and then tighten it down. This is what we've got here. Now we've got a adjustable pedal. Let's see how this fits in the car. We'll bolt it down and then we'll test fit the pedal. Make sure that the bolt's clear. Okay. Oh man, look at that. Check it out, guys. What? Look at all that adjustability now. Cool. So let's get it tightened up. Make sure the pedal fits and doesn't interfere with the heads of the bolts, the pedal itself, because it could. And if it does, we're gonna have to space out the pedal. All right, man. Next day, it's dry, paint is dry, and finally this bracket is done. So I went ahead and put a support lift here, similar to that, right? And it fits really good. So check this out. I went ahead and also put these rubber stops on it. And I put the rubber stops on it before finalizing the lifts to make sure everything was level, but it fits good. I'm so happy with it. Boom, like a glove. Looks good, man. I'm happy with this. Also, I don't know if you can see it. Let me show you one thing I did with the pedal. This may not be necessary, especially since I added the spacer here. The rise kind of rises it up just a little bit, but I did grind out some plastic right here on the support, just on the base, and that basically is right here where this is. So I used a router, if you will, not a router, but I used a die grinder and with a bit, and just kind of wallow the plastic in there, so that way when it's tight, the bolt from the firewall, won't force up against the plastic here, causing this to bow out and kind of be out of alignment where I want it to be. So it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this down, and we'll get in the car, and that'll be a wrap. I did not plan on doing this much work for a pedal assembly or for a throttle pedal, but sometimes you just gotta make your own bracket if you want it done the way you want it done. So yeah, and I liked it. I had it positioned in a position I like it. Here, I'll show you, but I like it about right there, almost all the way over. That put the pedal it's about as up and down as you can without hitting the carpet. I like it. Let me show you how it feels getting in the car here. Okay. See, to me, it's like a perfect pedal position here. Okay. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. Brake, throttle, man. You can almost hear that EcoBoost, little 4-banger and turbo. This car's gonna be so cool. Yeah, excited. All right, listen, man, that's a wrap for this video. Hey, listen, I don't know if you could tell, but I'm pretty excited. I'm getting really excited about this car. It's just gonna be really neat, really neat car, and things are slowly moving on it. So If you can't tell, look at that. Hey. Yep, that is a Cadillac Brembo and S&S kit. That's coming up in the next video. One side is done, we're gonna do the other side together on the next video. That's pretty cool. So hey, we're just chipping away at this thing, a little bit at a time, getting ready for the EcoBoost. I've got some parts on order for the T5. I need a new clutch and some other parts to get it kind of ready, so we can mate it to the EcoBoost motor over here in the corner and then fit it in the car. Milestone. Get everything fit, then we're gonna strip all this stuff out again and then actually do body work. Again, guys, the body work is not on this car, has not been done. This is just an epoxy primer. There's a tons of body work. I haven't even put any body filler on the back panel, filling the holes, smoothing it out, or even on the Scott Rod panels. Nothing, because I don't know if I'm gonna put holes in it. So, lots to do. I'm really stoked. I'm like losing sleep over this car. I'm starting to get really, really excited about it. So I got some other things coming for you guys, but that's it. Listen, this video's gonna get long. If I don't close it out now, keep wrenching on your Foxes out there, guys. Work on these cars. They're a blast. They're so much fun to work on, almost as fun as they are to drive. Go out there, get some work done on your Mustang. And follow me on Instagram, because you'll see all kinds of stuff before you see it here. And subscribe, because you'll get notifications whenever I get new videos published out, so you can come watch the progress on Project EgoBruise, 86 turbo car, Weiss Calypso Coral, and every once in a while we do Torino videos on the 69 Torino. So hey, take care, guys. We'll talk to you next time.